Hello everyone, it's Dylan from Yugioh Everything, and welcome back to another Yu-Gi-Oh! VRains episode summary, cast list discussion, whatever you want to call this video, but we are going to be discussing the 32 summary along with the episode 32 cast list, the brief 33 summary that we got, and the title of episode 34. Now that we know where the direction of the show is going, at the very end of 31, we saw this huge tower that we can only assume is the Tower of Hanoi pop up, where in the preview of 32, Revolver claims that there is only 6 hours before the world is destroyed, before humanity is destroyed, or whatever he said. I don't know if he said something as dark or as grim as that, but it was something along the lines that there's 6 hours for this game to be won. I guess 6 hours for Revolver to be defeated. So now that we know this game is going to occur in 32, what's the direction that our heroes, that the characters, how is this whole situation going to be saved? And maybe these summaries can kind of hint at where the show is going. Also, we had our first major death or disappearance. When I say death, I'm sure Emma will be revived at some point, but Emma Besso, Ghost Girl, is no longer with us. She was turned into Data, it seems, so clearly the stakes are very, very high. Keep that in mind as we read these summaries. So, if you do not want any spoilers, click off this video right now. Let's begin. Episode 32, The Tower of Hanoi. An ominous tower has appeared in VRains. An incident then occurs where many duelists get converted to Data. Learning this, Playmaker heads to VRains, bringing the info Ghost Girl entrusted to him with him. He meets up with Go Onizuka and Blue Angel and exchanges information with them. The three then split up to search for Revolver. However, Blue Angel then runs into Spectre. ... Oh boy. And we'll just go into the 33 summary. The sorrowful Blue Angel. Blue Angel attacked Spectre, who is protected by the sacred tree. Could also mean trees instead of tree too, because the Japanese language is funky like that. Also, big thank you to DMC, who did these translations as always, with her deadly combo. However, ... And then the 34 title is The Sacred Tree. Well, I kind of alluded to it in the beginning of this video, or right before I read the summaries, that keep in mind, Ghost Girl was defeated, Ghost Girl was killed, and Blue Angel is now going to be versing Spectre, and just based on that very last line, the however ... It's very similar, right, to Blue Angel attacks Spectre with her deadly combo. However, Emma, Ghost Girl, destroys Topologic, sends the final blow to Revolver. However, it was very similar, right? The summary was very, very similar. And I think, first of all, it's going to be great that we get to see Spectre duel. That is awesome. I have no idea what the Sacred Tree is. I don't know if that's maybe an archetype that he's going to use, or maybe that's like the base of the Hanoi Tower, or maybe it's something that is giving the Hanoi Tower power. Rhyming bonus, sorry about that, but I don't really know. Let me read you the cast list for 32, and I really cannot wait to talk to you guys about all of this down below in the comments section as always. So the cast for 32, we have Yusaku, we have the Eye, we have Kusanagi, we have Naoki, so that's awesome. We have Go, we have Aoi / Blue Angel, Revolver, Spectre, Kitamura, the Frog and the Pigeon, and extras. It's also important to know that Kitamura was shown with a dual disc in the 32 preview, but unless he's randomly dueling Revolver, I'm going to actually predict Kitamura is going to get turned into Data. Someone made a video someone made a comment, excuse me, that I should make a video predicting all the deaths that are going to happen maybe in the next 15 episodes. I think Kitamura in this episode is dead. I said it when I initially saw the preview, which you guys actually saw live because I did a reaction to it, and just based on this, there's no one on this cast list that I could see him dueling, unless he's dueling random Hanoi grunts. I think that he's going to be turned into Data. I really do. So I think Kitamura is going to be gone. We have no Akira speaking in this episode, which I thought was kind of weird because we do have Aoi. We know in the preview Aoi is going to be watching the TV or the broadcast or whatever, so it would have been cool if maybe Akira had a brief interaction with her. There were also a lot of people who commented on my 31 review and reaction, which I agreed with this comment, that maybe Akira is going to get involved in this duel now, because clearly he had a good friendship with Emma, at the very least. I don't know if I want to say good, because there were times where she would take really low blows at him, and I don't know if I would say it was a healthy friendship, but it was definitely a friendship. They definitely had a bond, and maybe it was even more than a bond. I mean, we don't know. They're both older. Maybe they had romance, and that's just the kind of vibe I got when they first met, and I think a lot of people got that vibe. And if it wasn't Yugioh, I think it's safe to assume that they probably did have some kind of romantic connection, but it is Yugioh, so they probably didn't. So I just would like to see maybe Akira find out about what happened to Ghost Girl, find out about what happened to Emma, but it seems like what could be a really cool interaction there, a really cool scene, a really maybe depressing scene, and just to see Akira's reaction to it. And I think that would honestly motivate Akira to get involved. The fact that he's not on this cast list, I think, is maybe a missed opportunity there, because it seems like then in 33 we're going right into the Hanoi versus Hero duels, right? We're going to have Aoi versus Spectre. We know we're going to have Revolver versus Yusaku. There's probably not a time for a character like Akira to get involved unless he sees his sister dueling, but I doubt this duel is going to be broadcasted. But maybe it will, because the Frog and the Pigeon are in, and then maybe Akira will get involved. Who really knows? But that's just something that I would like to see happen that clearly is not going to happen in the next episode. Naoki is either going to have a school role. I don't know if they're going to start listing his character as Naoki / Brave Max, like they do with Yusaku and Playmaker, Go and Go, and Aoi and Blue Angel. Which, if they start doing that, that means Naoki is not going to be in Link VRains. He's probably just going to be in a classroom or maybe commenting on how Link VRains is getting destroyed. It's probably going to be something minor like that. And when this cast list came out, I think we all knew Emma was dead, because again, this cast list comes out on Tuesday, and Emma was not in it, and Revolver was. So I think we all kind of knew based on this cast list that Revolver was going to win that duel, and he absolutely did. And, you know, the burning question here is Blue Angel versus Spectre, and I kind of haven't really spoken about it too much in this video yet, because I'm going to be completely honest, I'm very nervous for Blue Angel. I'm very nervous for Aoi's Eyes, and this is a tricky duel because you have Spectre, who we have not seen duel yet, who probably needs a win because he's Revolver's right-hand man, and you would think to make the Knights of Hanoi, a little more legitimate, you want Spectre to get that win. We had Vira, Faust, and Gnome, who literally went one and done. You don't want that to happen with Spectre, because then that means Revolver is the only Knight of Hanoi who's even capable of winning a duel. But at the same time, are they really going to kill off Blue Angel? Are they really going to have her turn into Data, which would be definitely a sad scene. I think it would be sadder if, honestly, Akira was there. That's why I hope Akira does go into the VRains and does maybe witness this duel, if that's the route they go. I mean, if that's the route they go, because episode 33 is the sorrowful Blue Angel. Obviously, there's going to be a lot of emotion in this duel, regardless of if Blue Angel wins, because this is the guy who pretty much killed her entire reputation, who literally took her entire Blue Angel persona, flipped it on her back, and put her into a coma. And she probably blames him at least 90% for that incident, as she rightfully should. So there's obviously going to be a lot of emotion in this. There's obviously going to be a lot of anger and sorrowness at Spectre, who pretty much destroyed her VR life that she's now had to rebuild, and she's doing a good job of rebuilding it, but still, he is mainly responsible for that, and they have not really interacted since then. So this is a duel that I think a lot of us wanted to see after this happened way back in episode 7. So honestly, props to the team for giving us this duel, because this is going to be a really, really cool duel, and I cannot wait for it. The other thing to note, there is no episode on January 3rd, so we are getting a break. So we are getting a break between 33 and 34. Usually I'm not thrilled with breaks, but with the production issues that have been happening, I'm happy about that. That hopefully means we will be able to go another, maybe 15, 20, 25 episodes without a recap, which is really good. So again, reiterating that, there is no episode on January 3rd. We do have a break between 33 and 34. So if 33 leaves on a cliffhanger, because 34 is the sacred tree, which is clearly what is protecting Spectre. And see, that's the other thing. I don't know if Blue Angel attacks Spectre, maybe she's attacking him physically, like with her whip, and he's being protected by the sacred trees, and then... But I don't think so, because then it says with her deadly combo. So I don't think so. I think that this is Yu-Gi-Oh! This isn't like a Tekken video game. But I guess he's clearly going to use a deck that revolves around the sacred trees, I'd imagine. Or maybe it's like a field spell or something. I don't know. That's just kind of weird, because... I don't know. The summary here is just strange, but I would bet that he's going to use an archetype that is focused... that has like a sacred tree field spell and is focused around maybe plants or something like that. Or maybe when you think of trees, you think of health, and sacred trees, you think of gaining life points. Maybe he has an effect that will counter the burn damage and every time she deals burn damage, he gains life points, which someone actually did comment on my 31 review. And when I first saw this summary, I thought the same thing. I thought, well, maybe Spectre has a deck that is going to perfectly counter the burn damage, and literally it's going to be like that Dark monster. There's a monster called Dark. I think it's a DDD monster in Regi's deck. I don't think he ever used it, but all the effect damage, if I recall correctly, I might be completely wrong on this, becomes effect gain. Not gain damage, life point gain. So basically, if you take 500 points of damage, you gain it instead. And so maybe Spectre has a deck like that, which would be really, I think, tough for Blue Angel to overcome. So I don't know what's going to happen. Is Blue Angel going to get killed off? I'm not quite sure. It's unfortunate with Emma because she did get killed. She didn't even win a single duel. I'm sure she'll be back. But the other thing with Emma, and I know a lot of people have said, oh, typical female character treatment. But the thing with her, I'd like to think her situation was a little different because dueling wasn't her main priority. Her main priority in life, her main priority in this universe was not dueling. It was through treasure hunting. It was through information search, and she did not do that through dueling. She did that through backroom deals with people. She did that through bargaining and negotiation and manipulation, which we've seen her do time and time again throughout this show. And so her main goal was not accomplished through dueling. So her losing to the main protagonist and losing to the main rival and then getting killed off, I don't think there was too much shame in that. I don't think we can say, oh, typical female writing. Now, if Blue Angel loses this duel and then gets killed off, we probably could say that way more so about her character than we could about Emma, because she even says at the very end, this is my greatest accomplishment. It's the data, and the data that she used is going to be carried on through Yusaku and passed on to Blue Angel and to Go, and that very well could mean that the data she got is the reason the Knights of Hanoi are potentially going to be stopped. So her role and her influence in this storyline will carry on, I believe, even after her death. And she said it was her greatest accomplishment. Her greatest accomplishment would not have been defeating Revolver and stopping the Knights of Hanoi. Her greatest accomplishment would have been getting that piece of data. And so I don't think it was a real negative for her character, honestly. I really don't. I think her character was written well, and it is a shame to see her get killed off. But still, that's just my take on it. The other thing is, who is Go gonna duel? And that makes me nervous even more about this, because I feel like if Blue Angel loses to Spectre, then Go is going to step in and duel Spectre. And I wouldn't have any issue with that, but of course, we'd have to take issue with the fact, right, that Blue Angel lost to Spectre and would be killed off again, really, for like the second time in the first 34 episodes, if you consider her being in comatose, her being quote-unquote killed off. And when I say killed off and when I say dead, I don't mean they're actually dead. They're obviously going to get revived. She'd be turned into data, but she would disappear for the time being. So you guys let me know. I've rambled on long enough. You guys let me know all your thoughts down below. I really cannot wait, especially to talk to you about all of this going on. I'm very excited with what seems to be the climax of the Night of Hanoi arc. So please, I will talk to you down below. Thank you, as always, for the constant support, and I hope you have an amazing day.
Journey